Hey, what's going on, guys? 118 Seth Shadow here. Bushiro dropped a pretty big bombshell this morning. One of the cover cards for the festival collection is an Overtrigger. And from the looks of it, it might be a generic one, which wouldn't be too surprising. It would be pretty strange if both the cover cards turned out to be Overtriggers and they were specific to nations. That would be neglectful of the other ones. I mean, summarizing the current Overtrigger lineup, we have 7 overall, the 1 generic, the 5 nations, and Lyrical Monasterio. So that's 7 different Overtrigger types that we've got up to this point. So what this one is going to do? Your guess is as good as mine. I'd like to hear your opinions on this one. Haven't really thought through what it could be yet, but I'm really interested to see. Moving into the Market Watch, let's start taking a look at some items here. Operation Master Freyhut is the first item for today. This is from set 9, and I've said it's the chase card of the set. But it's got quite a lot of quantities on the market for its triple R and is about $25 right now. Seems that set 9 has been getting some additional quantities as we take a look at some of the other ones down here. But will it continue to go down? I'm not sure. I mean, if the Japanese market is any indication, I would say so. But this is the English market, so we'll have to see. It is generic support in the fact that it gets Persona rides out of your deck. But other than that, it's primarily meant for Welstra. Blue Death Star Skyrender Avantgarda. I mentioned how this was getting bought out on release, and it seems more quantities ended up on the market, and we're back to just under $10 to start. As for the FFR, though, we're looking at $100 right now. And it sells at $100, a little bit higher. So I would think that it would fall out at least a little more before that. But Welstra completely baffled me back with set 7, so we will have to see about that. But some cards that have fallen out pretty significantly include Clean Sweep Dragon, which has a lot of quantities on the market now for both its double R and its FR has more quantities than the double R, which is really surprising. The FR is starting at $8 and the double R is starting at about $5.50 to $6. So if you need clean sweeps, they're widely available now. As for its effect, if you are not aware, if you Persona Road for the turn, you Counterblast, choose up to 3 units, and then they all go to Soul, and then this card gets 5k for each. So it can Soul Charge your units or your opponent's units. Just keep that in mind when you go for this card. Tideline Dragon is another Persona Ride tech, but for Stoichia. For this one, you Soul Blast 1, choose another unit, this unit and that unit get 10k. Quantities again are pretty high here, opposite of Clean Sweep where the FR does have less listings, but it's still 38 listings starting at 320, and the regular one is available for 150 right now, so very affordable. Stealth Dragon Togachirashi is down in price too thanks to its reprint, and it's not getting played as much in Overlord these days with the Ardor Dragon ride line, but the SP is currently available for just under $4. We're looking at 2 copies only 1 copy like that. Then it goes back up to $8. So if you want your Togachirashi's SPs, you can get a few of them cheap here before they start going back up. And it is generic soul charging, so definitely want to keep that in your back pocket. Twin Buckler Dragon is running out of quantities for its SP in particular. We have a $50 copy available and they have been selling for $40, $35. Most likely Gandeva. That's all I can say about that one. But it has been a while since Twin Buckler Dragon has been able to even hit this price point. There's a problem we gotta talk about for Brandgate though regarding the generic critical triggers. Cardinal Draco Barbizon is now selling for a constant $2 a piece, and all the listings right now are at least $2 on this one. The sad part is, this is not the worst of it. The next one we're going to talk about is Loris Yellow from the trial deck. $5 to start off, and it has been selling for $3 to $4 recently. There are only 3 listings combined to make 25 overall copies that are available, and they're starting at $5. And then that's still not the worst of it. Star Aggression Dragon from set 6, which I believe should be the most, which should have the most quantities overall, is the most expensive at a solid $5, and players have been buying it at a solid $5 for the past few days. That's insane. There are only 6 listings left for this one, and you can only pick them up at $5 or higher now. We need some price drops on this. This is... You can pick up Barbazons cheaper right now than Star Aggression, and it's far more than likely that this card will have some overall value increases if we start to see Cardinals get namesakes, which I have talked about in the past, similar to what Diablos is going through right now. Skyfall Arms has been seeing a resurgence. We are now at $25 for the Triple R with 13 listings to go. The FFR and DSR are both above their market price listings too. 164 to 147 for the FFR, and then 329 to 276 for the DSR. But with more anticipation of Youthberg getting more support, the fact that the Wildress OST original soundtrack has been announced and released, it's no surprise. And ultimately, Skyfall Arms, Youthberg itself is a popular sub-archetype, and it's just, yeah, the popularity really contributes to the price here. Nirvana Jiva is seeing some interesting movements where the Triple R has dropped off from its hype prices with set 10, but it's still selling for $17 to $20 overall, and it's mostly $18 on the market if you want to buy its Triple R. So shopping around is probably your best bet here. The FFR is really up in value though. We're looking at $80 base to a market price of $60, and the DSR is starting at $120, only subtly higher than its current market price here. And to wrap up today is going to be Direful Doll Amandine. The FFR for this one is starting to run out of quantities, and we're looking at sales of $35 to $50 on this one. The listings are at 37 to 43 before we go up to 115, which is pretty ridiculous. But it's not just the FFR, but the Triple R is starting to run out of copies too. 6 listings overall, and we're looking at $7 to start off with, all the way to 10. And then they've been selling for $5 to $7 too. It's generic Dark State support if you're looking for a card that will boost your soul charging. And on top of that, if you have a big enough soul, it's $18K. So, not too surprising how it's gone up in value. And on top of that, yeah, it's just weird given that Blazing Dragon Reborn got a second printing, and yet stuff from it is just starting to go up in general. So better start watching out for the stuff in set 6, as there's just movement all around in that set now. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. I will probably have another video up later in the afternoon too, as there are some more items that I want to cover. So I will see you then.